Nowitzki has a workout routine that's impossible to emulate. The fun part is that many incoming rookies attempt to join him when they first join the team. But after a month or two, Dirk is alone once again. You can only pretend to be great for so long. The great ones just do it naturally. Take the most amazingly talented team of 12 players in the country right now. If they replace the worst player on their roster with you, and you would be inspired to work harder than you are now because of the opportunity, then the fact you aren't working that hard now is one of the reasons you can't make that team in the first place. Live! What's up? What up? What's up? Hey guys, yes, we are live. It is let me see exactly what time it is. 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We are live. What's going on? I see Kiernan and Declan Louth in the audience. Connor Rush, what's up? Will Rambley, whoever you are. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Anyway, let's get started right away. I was looking through some of those opening credit scenes, and a few of them were like, me talking and stuff like that. And one of them was about how Dirk Nowitzki used to start the year by like working out every single year. He was like the hardest working out guy, right? But there's always like these like rookies that would come in, and the rookies would come in there and they would try to keep up with Dirk Nowitzki. But after about a month, they would give up because, as I say in the video, you can only pretend to be great for so long. Sooner or later, the great ones are just the great ones. I mean, and at the end of the day, you can pretend to be great, but after, enough time passes by, the only people who are still doing those great things are those great players. Sorry, you lose, right? But think about it the other way. What if Dirk Nowitzki wasn't 7 feet tall? What if he were just like, 5 feet tall? Would he have still had that great effort? Because, if you're great, right? Now, maybe wouldn't still make the NBA, but would he be the 5 foot tall high school kid like working his butt off? Would he be? All right, would Michael Jordan be that guy if he didn't have all those athletic hops? All right, and to further it, would Bill Gates still have been just a hard worker if he was poor? Right? When we're given things, we sometimes take other things for granted, right? And sometimes you guys aren't given that much, especially in the basketball realm of things. But there have been people that were given less that did try harder. There have been poor people that have tried harder than most millionaires do. right? So at the end of the day, it is like what the Direct Investigate video says. If you are great, you're just great, whether you have the hardware to prove it or not. That's why I like Dame Lillard, man. He's never had superstars, and he's just great. You're not going to appreciate it because he's never had Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson on his team, but I appreciate it, and I think he appreciates his life as well. All right, so the other video that showed was the All-American team, right? You guys are trying your, not really your hardest right now, but if you were put on an All-American team that was like full of like superstar players, would you try harder? And if the answer is yes, that's the exact reason that you're not going to make it on that team. Because all those dudes, if you split them up, they will still give that effort. That's how they got on that team in the first place, right? So if you're great, you're just great. And in my life, I try to be great. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Why? Because you might make it. You might make it. But it's that might word that kind of holds you back. It's that might. It's not guaranteed. So at the end of the day, you would give the effort, but these three words keep holding you back. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know the future. You don't know if you'll get hurt. You don't know if you'll be given a proper chance. You don't know if everything that I'm telling you is correct. You don't know if this book that we're trying to follow is right or it's wrong. You just don't know. And that's why you're going to slow down. All right? Because you don't know. But I say flip that on its butt. All right? You should try your hardest because no one knows. No one knows. All right? And I'm sitting up here and I'm trying to start a league that has 16 teams with freaking mascots and cheerleaders and all this crazy stuff, right? And it's hard. And because I don't know. And I'm going about it and I'm like, this is like the most fake thing I've ever done. Like all my efforts could just be for absolutely nothing. And I'm just doing it anyways. Why? Because I do want to be great. And I'm only going to live one time. And people look at me like it's impossible. Like I get laughed at, and then they see how serious my face is, and then they stop laughing. They're like, "Oh, yeah, you're dead serious, aren't you?" Like that. And I think about you guys every single time, because people probably laugh at you when you said that you want to make it to the NBA or to D1, right? And I get offended for you, just as I get offended for myself. I'm like, nah, man, nah. And if you look at it, what am I trying to do? Trying to take my parents' league that's already been formed for 20 years. Just trying to like put 16 teams together. We have like 250 something teams. I just want 16 of them to do this one thing. And then cheerleaders. Yeah, there's cheerleaders that live around the corner. What I'm saying isn't that outlandish. Yet when I say the organization part of it, people think that it's crazy. So really, my dream is a little bit more sane than your dream is. Even if you just want to make D1. But I have to tell you that both of them have been far outweighed by other people's dreams of like reaching the moon. 5'3" basketball player making the NBA and Muggsy Bogues. People trying to start up like stuff like their own businesses from scratch when they grew up poor. All right? There are a lot bigger dreams out there that have been accomplished by a lot smaller people. And we're in good favor, all right? So you don't know. Well, we don't know. And I guess like nobody knows. And that there's a beauty in that. All right? It's a beautiful thing. All right? So I want you guys to give your effort. I will try to make Limitless Hoops amazing. And then where I say that nobody knows, no one knows that they're going to have tomorrow. There's a war going on right now, like different wars around the world, where some people live in those places and like they don't know if they're going to live to see tomorrow. So how should they live today? Should they live today like, screw it, who cares? Why even do my homework, right? Or should they live today like it could be their last and like make the most of it? And then be one of the amazing stories that comes out of these wars where it's like, through the war, I did this, I did that. All right? And then speaking of the wars and about stuff that you don't know, think about the war that we just had or that we're having on COVID, right? And then you get a guy like the picture of the day, Jordan Poole. There have been a few crazy stories out of COVID. Okay, a few people they couldn't find a gym to shoot in. They couldn't get better during COVID because they were on lockdown. And some other people were like T.J. Warren and like Jordan Poole. They went to work. They went to work. I remember the day that I found out that this thing started. I was like, oh, I can write my book. Great. And I just sat down and I was like, the whole world stops. I saw so much opportunity in that. I sent out to all of our players at the time all these things that all the past pandemics have produced. Where it was like William Shakespeare wrote King Lear, algebra and calculus, I think, were invented during a pandemic because they just had nothing to do, right? They just did something amazing. And Jordan Poole, he pulled together all of his strength, and he took himself from being a 28th pick, and everyone's saying he's not good at this, and this, to being basically the third superstar on this team. And he's changed everyone's trajectory of the Warriors. So for you guys, the pandemic's not quite over yet, but it kind of is. But we're still at an idle period, especially here in Colorado. People aren't going hard. They just aren't. All right? You have an opportunity to pass by them. It's like they're standing still. All they're doing is playing games, going to school, playing games, going to school. You guys are working out. You guys are actually trying to improve your game. So you might as well just do it to the highest extent possible. Okay? All right. So that's the picture of the day. Jordan Poole making his fortune during COVID. What's up, Finn Kaufman? I don't know if I'll live to see tomorrow. Probably will, though, but not 100% sure. Yeah, you never know. And if any of you guys die out there, don't come knocking on my door saying that I jinxed you, okay? Oh, wait. You can't knock on my door because you would be dead. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. We got our... Let's see. Let's go with our quote of the day. All right, quote of the day, real quick. Let's do it. We got, don't ever be content. All right. What up, Noah Massive? I see you, man. All right, don't ever be content. Wherever you are in life, there's always somewhere higher to go. I saw a little Instagram thing that was like, practice makes what? And everyone answered, perfect. And he's like, no. And of course, it's just a setup story, right? I have one of those too. But he just goes, nah, because you can't ever reach perfection. Practice only makes you better. And you want to continue to get better for your entire life. All right? Don't ever be content with where you are, with what you're given. All right? For those of you guys who have heard of the word privilege out there, I would say you're a big man. You're a bigger man if you have $1 million and you're trying to make 10 million. Might as well. All right? If you're willing to risk it. All right, rather than just sit down your laurels and just take it for granted. If you're tall and you have it, you're the best player in your school, also be the hardest worker. All right, don't ever just be content with what you're given. If you get 5 minutes of playing time as a freshman on varsity, that's not good enough. Work even harder. If you get to play the entire game or you get straight A's, all that stuff's not good enough. All right. If you have the hottest girlfriend in school, try to get 5 girlfriends. No, I'm joking. That's too far. But yes, don't ever be content with what you're given. Always strive for more. All right. Because you guys live in a fishbowl. No matter how big the fishbowl is, and there's other players out there that are working harder than you, that are better than you, and you're trying to play them, which is why we always leave town, or at least five times a year, to go see those other players, just so you can know that they're out there and how hard that they're working. All right. So for Kiernan, as a third grader, I know that there's other third graders out there that are better than you, but I want to show you that there's other third graders out there who are better than you, faster than you, smarter than you, and also work harder than you. And they look just like you. They're not 20 feet taller, a foot taller. They're not outrageously more gifted than you are. They're just outworking you. They have the same amount of homework that you have. They have the same grades that you do, the same expectations. And I want you to meet that guy. And I want you to see that even with everything that you have, everything that you're doing, he's working just a little bit harder than you are. All right, and once you see that guy, it's like having a twin. All right, you got to beat him then. I mean, if I had a twin brother, oh man, I would have to be better than him at everything. I would have to. I couldn't just stay content, right? So don't ever be content. All right. Let's see, 99 percentile. What is that? No, I'll put a coin on you going D1. All right. If I make D1, you give me a coin. I hope you guys take these coins to the next level. Start spreading them around. Make this thing actual currency. I will be buying coins purchasing coins to distribute among all the other 16 club teams as well. All right, they'll each have their own style of coin. Like the Jokers will have a see-through coin. I want it to be like something really cool with a clown on it. But we'll have a whole currency, a whole world of currency soon. Elementary school drills. We got alley-oops coming up here soon, wall passes, deflect to layups, zigzag sprint D, anchor layups, and point-blank layups. Seems like we just had that workout like a month ago. So heads up, we're going to have it again. All right, the one that we just had last week was shell drill. That went okay. I thought we did okay at bouncing from position to position. Congratulations to Connor on finally posting all of his homework asked of him, because if he didn't do it, we would have had to run 10 Nash drills today. So great job for Connor posting. But what I noticed from this is that a few of you guys are actually looking at the game film. And what happens all the time, especially when we start to the time start to pass, we start applying the 12 focuses. And just as much as our workouts help us make shots, this stuff will help us stay in line during the games. And speaking of the shell drill, man, if you guys can get that rotation down pat where everyone knows their spots, there's not that many variables in this. You guys will be very hard to score on. All right, because if you're always there, they can't just run over you. So if you guys are in the right positions and you guys stay smart about the game, it's easier to get smart than it is to get good. All right, working out, getting your shot perfect, getting your dribbles perfect takes a long time, which is why we put so much work in it. But getting smart, maybe like a week if you're really smart, but like half a year if you're like dumb. So between next week and 6 months, you guys should all have this stuff like down pat. Like even the dumbest people, if they come to practice, they will get this stuff eventually. All right, so that's where the shell drill, we need to get faster and faster and faster at that. Defensive free throw box outs, that's where we pinch. We were kind of confused in that last weekend. We do have games again this weekend, so heads up for that. Lots of cones drill. It's a ball handling drill. Make sure you guys do it on your own as well. On count quick dribbles is a reactionary dribble drill. Lane slides. Hunter did an amazing job for lane slides last time. So did Chris and Connor. You guys were pushing yourself last time that we did lane slides, so great job. Post big, seal to score. We need to get the ball on the inside. It will help us a lot if we get the ball to the inside and out. But the inside people have to know how to post up big and flash better, and then do something with the ball once they get it to give people confidence in them. All right, so that's step by step. I have John, all of mine, so no runs today. No runs. Oh, you guys still have to run like normal, but yeah, no extra runs today. And how many coins do you have? Oh, you gave John all of yours. Yes, he gave me all of his, but I'm just now sending him one in the mail today. So he will have one. He's stepping it back up. All right. Moving on. The stuff that we're doing for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got one-on-one no steals and blocks. So that's just one-on-one shooting overhand. Make sure that your defense is also up to par, so that you're sliding the correct foot when they drive, all right, and you're stepping fully lateral. If you play good enough defense, even without the steals or the blocks, they shouldn't be able to get a shot up. They should be like airballing it every single time if you play good enough defense. So I do want you guys to play real defense. I just don't want you stealing and blocking. So this is actually an extra step defensive drill. Make 15 threes in 3 minutes. I will put a timer on it, and that might be our timing group right there. We'll put it on the 3-minute timer, and you have 3 minutes to make 15 threes. Maybe for everyone that you don't make, you have to do a push-up. All right? For the little kids, they can shoot from the elbow. Then together we could do line jump to shots, 21 by 3 jumps. Maybe we will include that as well. Quick ball touches. That was one that we could do on the side as well. So you get a 1-2 tap series on the other side of the basket. Three pointers on that side. Oh, then the 1-on-1. No steals, no blocks. Well, we will figure it out. Maybe we'll do tap series all together as well. All right, but yes, we'll definitely put this into stationary drills where we can all work as hard as we can. We got to keep pushing each other. All right. Let me see. That kid that came to our last practice, I told him, I was like, "How was the workout?" He's like, "It was okay." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, not all of our workouts are like fun and exciting. Some are boring, but they're all stuff that you need, and we do go back and forth. I don't know. He says he's like a really, really hard worker, but I think if we had like impressed him with like some cool moves, he would have liked it a lot more. But that's not basketball. Basketball is up, down, left, right. It's every sort of thing. Boring, exciting, like monotonous, whatever. Like super duper hard, super duper easy. All right, and it switches. And I think if you don't understand all of that, you're gonna be lost. So it's not just a one-time thing. But yeah, he did a pretty good job. So we'll see if he actually joins up. I'll talk to his mom again. But yeah, let's see. Where am I? Let's check the trivia question for the day. It's a tough trivia question today. This trivia question, it comes from the I forget exactly which year. Let me check the year real quick. It comes from, what year was this? 1994. I pressed random on the trivia page, and it comes to the moment when the Denver Nuggets were 42-0. Back in those days, 42-0 usually did not make you get a playoff series. But they made the playoffs that year at 42-0, barely. That's the 8th seed. They played against the best team in basketball, the Seattle Supersonics. Lost the first 2 games, but then they came back. The Denver Nuggets came back with Dikembe Mutombo in the middle, like this, holding the ball up while on his back. A huge, legendary win. All right. And my question to you is, who was the leading scorer for the Denver Nuggets that game? And how many points did he score? That's the question of the day. And the 1994 playoff victory over the Seattle Supersonics, Game 5, who was the leading scorer of the Denver Nuggets, and how many points did he score? All right, that's the question. That's the question right there. All right, whoever answers first wins. We have Kieran Love with 1 point, Ben Kaufman with 1 as well, and everybody else has 0 this month. Okay, who was the leading scorer of that legendary game? All right, LaFonso Ellis. That is a really good guess. He is not. That is not the answer. I believe LaFonso Ellis was second. LaFonso Ellis was second, wasn't he? I'm reading it right here. Yeah, LaFonso Ellis, he scored 19 points that game. Anyone know the leading scorer for the Nuggets that game? Lafayette Lever is a good guess. I don't think he was playing then. I think he's playing in the 80s. There we go. Is the answer right there. It was Robert Pack. Oh man, Robert Pack. Man, you guys beat Finn to the joint. But yes, Robert Pack had 23 points that day. LaFonso Ellis was a great player. Dikembe, I think, had like 16 and like 8 blocks. That's a tough game. All right. No, Lafayette Lever was man, was he retired by then? I gotta look that up real quick. Was Lafayette let me see. Hey Siri. When did Lafayette Lever retire?
Here's an answer from SmithsonianMag.com. He
What?
retired in 1975
1975.
playing 26 seasons. More than anyone in history.
Wait, no, that's not right. Is that right? No, he definitely played in the 80s. That's not right. Wait. Fat Lever is definitely an 80s player. That's not right. Let me see. Fat Lever. Okay. Fat Lever retired in... Oh, he was drafted in 1982. And then he retired... There he goes. Oh, no, he played that year. All right. So he retired in 19... 94. But he was with the Dallas Mavericks that year. Antonio McDyess? Nah, Antonio McDyess, he was like way later. I don't want to Google it. And Antonio McDyess does not spell his name like McDonald's and Dice put together. Lafayette Leo is only known because of 2K. Yeah, that's a weird name, huh? Fat. Who likes that? Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Now that's a name from the past. That dude, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, he was like the first guy to ever like protest the national anthem. He would put his hand over his head because of his like Muslim religion. And the cool thing about him is he had like Tourette syndrome. He had like twitches and stuff. All right, and he refused to leave the gym until he made 23s in a row. Or he would start like twitching. How crazy is that? He's also the only player in the league one year to shoot more shots than Michael Jordan per game. Funny thing about that is that Michael Jordan averaged 30 points a game and Mahmoud averaged 19 points a game. And the last fact about Mahmoud Abdul Rauf is that his name was I forget his original name. Was it Jim Jackson or something like that? But anyways, he had a different name in college, and he played with Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, Chris Johnson, whatever his name was. I forget his real name. Sorry, not his real name, his first name. Then you change it, whatever. All right, anyways, moving on. Let's check out where I want to go with this. Let's go with the story of the day. Imagine the toughest game atmosphere. Now imagine if that was the only basketball you ever knew. Like growing up in New York, you'd either be forced to quit or adapt. So be grateful for the times that are too hard to handle, and seek to have as many of those moments as you can find. You know, being grateful of hard times, that's a trick. I gotta tell you though, man, I promise you, I'm not exaggerating, I truly appreciate the bad times in my life. I haven't had that many, but whenever I go through them, like tears in my face, promise you, I'm thinking about how this will make me a stronger human being. Like, I just think of like how I'm gonna overcome it and how amazing it's gonna be when I do overcome it. And like when I have a bad game or like I'm doing like horrible, I just think of like how astonishing it's going to be for me to have like, some kind of story. Because I watch too many movies. I watch way too many movies, and I think this is just the beginning of the movie, baby. Here we go, because no movie's like this. Oh, he's up here, and he's still great. Oh, he's a little greater. He's still great. Oh, and that's the end of the movie. Roll credits. It's not like that. It's always like, here's a guy born to whatever means. He gets a little sniff of something good, and then boom, tragedy hits, and he's like, I'm dying. And then all of a sudden, boom, he goes up here, and everyone loves it, and everyone's cheering, and then the movie ends. Those are the movies, right? So in my movie quest, every time something bad happens to me, I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Down by 20, fourth quarter. Give the ball to Sanders. Here we go. And then I lose, and I'm like, that's weird. Whatever. Next game. Next game's the game. So, like, yeah. You want to love adversity, and if you grow up with it and you're surrounded by it, man, you're lucky because you're gonna expect life to be like that, and you're gonna be hardened because of it, and not James Harden, but hardened because of it, and and if you grow up around that, like in New York with all like the people playing basketball, now it's just old hat. It's just like I gotta be good now because everyone does it. It's what everyone is, right? But, being from Colorado, you got to kind of create your own culture here. So that's what we're trying to do. So when we play you guys in these hard games, basically just get used to it, man, and you'll be set. All right, just get as used to it as you possibly can. Used to all this hard work. And if you're trying to be like Kobe Bryant in the future, you can't just do it. As I told you guys, when I tried to be him, when I got overseas to the pros, it was impossible to turn it on. I would have needed 10 years of preparation for that moment. And you guys are young still, so you have a chance to prepare yourself for that moment, okay? And I have a special thing for Connor, okay? All right, Connor hired me to help him make the NBA, basically, right? All right, but it's not this Connor. It's old Connor. All right, and this new Connor hasn't given me any money. The old Connor, he's the one that gave me my instructions. And the old Connor told me if he ever starts to go like this, to push him even harder. That's what he said. I get my instructions from that guy. I don't care what this guy says. I'm not listening to this guy. So if you ever tell me anything, know that I will hold you accountable. All right? So don't say those things to me because I'm crazy. I don't care if you have lose a leg. I'll be like, sorry, 2-leg version if you said that you wanted to run a mile a day. Get to hopping, buddy. Get to hopping. All right. Anyways, Carmelo Anthony Nuggets time? Nah. Wait, my stream is lagging. Did I not win? You still won, Alina. Congratulations to Alina, everybody. You didn't win. Shaq said Rauf was better shooter than Steph. He has memory problems. Chris Jackson was his name. Thank you very, very much. We will check the homework right now, actually. Joe Smith was also a good nugget, too. Let's check the homework. Forgot my jersey for elite practice. Well, that's all right. You just have one extra run. Hey, just tell everyone that you saved them from running for 30 freaking minutes. So I think that they can stand one extra run. There are so many aspects to the game. Let's see. Get back. Connor. Great job. Let's check the homework from the people who's just posting right now. Who's just posted? There we go. I see you, Noah, with the pop-up pushes. Are you getting better at those? Movie review, The Longest Yard. Someone did a movie review. Well, speaking of movie reviews, I'm about to do my movie of the day right now. And the movie of the day for the third graders is the movie called Invincible. All right? So great job with the movie. The movie for this month for the third graders is Invincible. It's a story about, believe it or not, like the Jets were once a bad football team. They still are. All right, but they had open tryouts, and this guy right here, he would play football on the streets, like hit cars and crap like that with his boys. They were just like old guys, like working in like bars or like wherever. And he tried out for the Jets, and they freaking made the team. And then, it just tells us the story of him. This is a true story, awesome story. I'll give it 40 stars out of 50. Solid movie. Anyways, hey, great job with the movie of the day. I will be honoring a few people. So maybe you'll all be included today as well, Noah, for the month's homework. Great job. C's up by 11. Don't worry about that. Giannis is there. Even if they win, they're just going to be making him mad. Here's the way to beat Giannis. Let him win the first 3 games until he gets bored. And then sneak back and beat him, but then like smile the whole time. Just wave and give him like a hug after every game. He's way too nice to beat you then. Anyways, all right, you guys. I'm out. Make sure that you watch that. Don't forget that the quote of the day is, don't ever be content. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Reese Pieces. See y'all practice in a few seconds. All right, peace, y'all.